Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Exchange. My name is Scott Morganroth, the Motor City Madmouth, along with my co-host Candy Ebling, and leading off and playing first base. I think that's another sport, baseball. Rick Curdy. Well, Can, glad you had you back on.
Thanks, Scott.
Hey, how are you guys?
We're doing
Hi,
great.
Rick.
Doing really good. Ready to talk some sports tonight. So, just so you know, this broadcast is on the South Florida Tribune broadcast. You are listening to the Sports Exchange. If you want to follow us on Twitter, at Tribune South Gets It Done. All right, anyways, Rick, let's go over to some of the top headlines. Tom Brady is going to wear the number 12 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chris Godwin gets number 14, and he did that out of respect. What are your thoughts about that?
Oh, I think it's great. When you see someone go to a new team, they always want to keep their number, and I've seen them where they paid them extra money, say, hey, I'll give you whatever for that number, whatever. Some just give it to him out of respect. So thumbs up to Chris Godwin. Tom Brady's probably the best quarterback in NFL history, and he's deserved it. 20 years with one team, and finally he said, you know what, it's time for me to get paid. I'm going to go somewhere else and prove to everybody that I'm not a system quarterback. And Chris Godwin said, you know what, I'm glad to have you here. You can have whatever you want here, man. So you want my number, you got it. So thumbs up to Chris Godwin.
Worked out quite well. All right, next subject. The NFL will adopt the 14-team playoff format beginning in the 2020 season. What are your thoughts about that?
I think it's it's good for them. I guess it's good for the fans, to see more, and they're going to add an extra game. I know some of the players weren't very enthused with it. They didn't want to see an extra game or see it expanded. But in the past, there's just too much money there on the table for the players to not vote on it. So I think it was pretty much going to happen anyway, and it's not a big surprise. So I think it's good for the fans who want to see more football.
And of course, it won't hurt that the players are going to get some more money in their pocket either. All right. Let's go on to the NCAA. President Mark Emmert says that he will take a temporary cut in his pay by 20%. 9 other executives are going to get 20% taken off, and the VIPs get cut 10%, and the rest of the president's cabinet 10%. So when we talk about the vice presidents, the presidents, all the higher ups, it's safe to say that, you know what, it's good that they're doing it, but it can rest assured that they can feed their family.
Yeah, they're not going to be hurting. They're not. I don't think they're going to be waiting for their $1,200 check that they're. I don't think they're waiting for that. So it's a nice gesture. It's really great. But these guys are like multi-millionaires, just a little fraction of what they did. But at the same time, I love what they're doing. I love how you see people taking cuts or helping out and stuff like that. So during this time of crisis, so it's a thumbs up for them. But like I said, they're not going to be hurting or starving. But the gesture's great.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can go out there and see that people are giving back, and now we're seeing a lot of this. Unfortunately, the death toll continues to climb very rapidly. And again, this is something that who knows when there will be an end in sight. I'm being forced to do a lot of Zoom calls. The only Zooming I've ever liked is what I do on the interstates. Now I think I've had 4 Zoom calls in the last week. But getting back on point, yeah, there are a lot of great gestures out there by everybody on the planet. And at a time when this country definitely needs them, it's good that everyone at every level is doing it in every sport. It to me, and whether it's the NCAA, individual players, clubs, or whatnot, it's still very good, considering this is the most unprecedented time in our country's history, and I don't think we'll ever see anything like this ever again, or at least hopefully not in my lifetime. Candy, some thoughts on that?
Hopefully not in my lifetime either. I've never seen anything to this magnitude take down the entertainment business. I mean, you when you're sick, your mom would say, okay, go back to bed. I'll bring you some chicken soup. We'll turn on the TV and you can watch whatever you want. And you could always used to be able to watch sports. And nowadays you're watching reruns of sports or other things. It's just very unusual times, unprecedented.
That's true, but I think Rick and Candy, what's nice about it is I really enjoy what we're doing because it's our objective here on the Sports Exchange and South Florida Tribune Broadcasting Network to let people know that we work very hard to make sure you have an alternative source of entertainment. So for all you guys that are listening to the broadcast, all I ask you to do is, listen, download, and subscribe, because it's important that we're going to work diligently with every single show to make sure that you have a positive opportunity to put your time to good use. But yeah, it's, and again, you know what, whether we're going through a crisis or not, we all aim here as a team to make sure that everything is done in good taste. So let's go on to our next topic, Rick, and that's Frank Reich. Says that the Colts studied Tom Brady, but in the end, he felt that Philip Rivers was a better fit. Well, when you're his quarterback coach and your offensive coordinator, that word called familiarity, okay, comes into play. We've seen that word familiarity all too many times. Some thoughts about Philip Rivers in a Colts uniform.
Oh, well, it's going to be weird, just like seeing Tom Brady as a Buccaneer. So, Chargers didn't want him anymore. He's been there for a long time. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. And, he's going to go to Indianapolis, and we'll see what happens there. I don't know if it's going to be a quarterback competition with Brisket or anything like that. So I don't know if he's going to be the starter, so that would be interesting. And how does he feel about Philip Rivers coming to the Colts? So that's going to be an interesting thing there. And what Frank Reich said, it sounds great and all, but it all boils down to money. Hey, you can get Philip for cheaper than Tom Brady, who got paid pretty much everything he deserved because he kept taking so many pay cuts. So I like what Frank Reich said. Is very politically correct and all that stuff. And we went with Philip Rivers, but it's all because of money.
Yeah, not only that, Jacoby Brissett took the news well. He didn't like it, but he didn't have any choice, and he is familiar with it. So who knows? Maybe it's an opportunity to sit there, carry a clipboard, and learn under somebody that's done it well for so long. And again, you're talking about the fact that the Colts are in a win-now situation. And let's not lose sight of the fact that Frank Reich was a mastermind behind Nick Foles and Carson Wentz winning the Super Bowl for the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'd like to think that Frank Reich, a guy who engineered the greatest